February is Black History Month, and when it comes to African Americans and women on our local police forces, we're taking a closer look at diversity within TPD. Retired Toledo Police Sergeant Anita Madison joins us this morning from the African American Police League. Good morning. Thanks for joining us today.
Good morning. Good morning.
Tell me a little bit first about the African American Police League.
So the African American Police League was actually formed back in the early 70s, and it was formed, for the purpose of addressing disparities in law enforcement, and particularly on the police department at that time. And so it's been a vital organization since then.
Yeah, and you were a sergeant, right? Retired. Thank you so much for serving our community. What did you love about being a police officer?
Oh, the career of being a police officer is really undescribable when you have the ability to serve the community and not just be on hand to deal with the crime element, but also to help individuals navigate in the community just in general. And so it was very rewarding for me to serve when I did.
A lot of important work, of course, being done with our police officers, and we truly appreciate that. So during Black History Month, we're taking a look at the numbers when it comes to diversity within TPD, and I've got some written down here. I want to read them to make sure that I've got them right. According to a 2019 report for TPD, there are 57 Black males with Toledo Police, 2 lieutenants and 9 sergeants, and then 32 Black females on TPD, 2 sergeants. So when we talk about these numbers, how does that sound to you?
There's a lot of room for improvement for increasing minority officers on the police department. That's what the African American League is committed to doing, is assisting the department in bringing those numbers up because it's a hard task in recruiting individuals to become police officers, especially during this time, this heightened time of people not really wanting to be law enforcement officers. So it's been our commitment to help the department to increase those numbers. There was back in the 80s a huge class of minority officers that came on to the police department, but they've since all retired. So there's a lot of work to be done.
And then when we talk about promotion, and promoting officers, is that important too, and is that a challenge as well?
It is vitally important to have diversity in your decision-making ranks of the department. And so, yes, that's one of the things that we work on as well, is preparing people to go to the next level of that process. But it's really, it takes the commitment of the department to bring those qualified candidates, especially above the rank of lieutenant. That's what we want to see. Some diversity above the rank of lieutenant. That's where all the decisions are made.
Right. And you guys are actively working on that. If there are some young people out there, some African Americans who are looking for a career and they're trying to decide, maybe I am kind of interested in law enforcement, what would you tell them to encourage them to give it a shot?
I would absolutely encourage young people to start to pattern their, behavior and their their preparation to think about being a law enforcement officer. There is an extensive background involved in being a police officer. And so, we want those young people to think about how they can impact their own community by serving their own community. But it starts with, having a good record. It starts very young with preparing to want to do something like this. It's not a career for everyone, but people who think that they can't do it are the ones that turn out to be very good police officers.
Yeah, and we need them for sure in our community. Anita, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
All right. Thank you so much for having us on.
Yep, take care.